Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video with the Tinkering Dad. In this one I have this pair of headphones, Bluetooth headphones. I got it in this condition, a bit opened here, but the one before me just try to see if they can fix something. The problem is it won't charge, and now the battery is completely dead, so I'm not sure if it even works, if the battery was charged. It charges through this micro USB port. As you can see, this tiny little wire got loose after a little fiddling here, but it wasn't that before. But I also see that this wire is in pretty bad shape. But this is a speaker, so I don't think this has anything to do with the problem. If I plug in the USB cable, nothing happens unless I press the power button, which is the middle one. When I do that, the small LEDs here at the bottom sort of light up, and the power button, the power LED flickers red. I didn't find any instruction manual for this, but I think it should light. The light should be solid red when it's charging. And I left it on a while, and if I remove the cable and try to start it, nothing happens at all when I press the button. So I'm thinking that I need to see if the wires to the battery works. I'm not sure exactly where the battery is, but I think I know these two in the middle there are for battery minus and battery plus, and they go through this tiny wire and up through the headphones, and I'm guessing the battery is in this one. It's kind of heavy here. I haven't opened this yet, so that's when I did test if the wires are functioning, and also this wire needs to be fixed for the audio to work. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll probably start by opening this right ear or left, I don't know, and see just so the connections from this little board to the battery works, and if I input in the charging cable, where the power goes. So that's my first objective. Okay. I'm not sure, but some of these screws seems to be worn out. At least this one that's still in here. There we go. Okay, here we have the battery, And these are really thin cables here. I'll just start to test some continuity here. Okay. Okay, so it seems that the connection from this little PCB and through these small wires and through this entire headpiece here and small cables to the battery is it's not the problem. Then I wonder what is. Not sure if you can see this, but this is how it looks when it charges or not charges. It's flicking red. If I hold the power button, then it goes to Bluetooth discovery mode. And back to this flickering, so something's wrong here. Let's just do some, see if I can check the voltage. Put this here. Okay, it looks like 4.5 volts. That's probably correct. That's probably what it should be. So there is 4 volts over this connection. So it should be the same here. Okay. Okay, it looks like a little bit less, 1 volt less. That's weird. Not sure if that's supposed to be, because this is basically the same spot. These two and these two should be the same. Or am I not bright enough? So across these 2 points, there is 4.5 volts. Across these 2 points is 3.5 volts. And these are straight through the cable. Is that what it's supposed to be? Can this cable reduce the voltage that much? Okay, here I'm doing a voiceover while recording on my microscope. The optical quality on the microscope are great, and so is the magnification. It's almost too good, since this is the closest I can get. The video recording, though, is not as good. The video has artifacts, and it lacks in refresh rates and so on. But anyway, this is as good as I can do at the moment. So here I'm soldering on my connections to the battery. It looks awful. And then I did some cleaning there. And here are the same connections on the PCB. This looks horrible in this magnification. But this will have to do. I think they stick to the board pretty well. And remember, this is very large magnification. And here I use some isopropyl alcohol on the brush to clean the residues. Isopropyl alcohol is very good to cleaning electronics and PCBs and other things. Okay, so I changed all the cables to only use the 2 from the battery to the B plus and B minus on the little board. And, well, immediately the red light started to go on. It did not do that before, unless I had the USB cable plugged in. And I also can... it was turned off now. And as soon as I inserted the USB cable, the little red light started to light up, which it didn't do before. So I'm guessing now, I haven't tested anything else, but I'm guessing the problem was that this connection between the cables between the battery and the board was broken somehow. So I assume now that this is going to work. I'm not sure how to do this now, since the cable from this cable, if this is the problem, the cable that goes through the entire headpiece, if I was to fix this entire thing now, I need to remove this wire and get a new one, and it will have to be it has to support 4 wires, since the 2 needs to go to the speaker on the other side. So I need to find a replacement cable for this special cable. So I will think about what I will do now and see if I can test this anymore. I've tested this and it works. The battery is charged, and if I hold down the power button, the middle one here, I can connect it to my computer, and it registers as this headphone. And it also says in my computer that the battery is charged at 100%, and I can turn it off. So I'm thinking that this works. But before I connect the other wires and test speakers, I need to see if I can get this to work, since these 2 wires plus 2 more wires has to go through this. And if this wire doesn't work, I need to find a wire that's similar to this and can go through the entire piece here and work. Preferably a bit thicker wires than this, since these are extremely tiny. But before I do that, I need to see if I can open this and even replace this. I see there are some screws, 2 screws here, one there and on the other side. And I'm thinking, since this is flexible, the wire has to go through the side and a bit round here. So I'll see if I can take this apart and back together and see if I can, and after that, see if I can find a new wire that's similar to this. I noticed that this is hiding some screws. And is glued on. Okay, now I don't think I will be able to open this much further. I'm not sure if I even want to remove this. I'm thinking that perhaps I can use this wire to drag a new wire across here. Since I won't be able, these are stitches, or it's just dragged along this way. But I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it this way for now. I need to see if I can find a new one of these braided 4 wires somehow. And I don't mind if they are a little bit thicker, but hopefully just as flexible. So I found this USB wire. I think this might be able to replace this wire. It is a bit thicker, a lot thicker, but I'm hoping this will make the headphones a bit more future-proof, as long as I can get it through this, and also through the plastic hinges. Well, I'll give it a go. I assume these have 4 wires in it, so I'll just cut the ends off and test it and see if it works. And also see if I can pull this through here. If not, then I need a thinner wire. Okay, so this also has some kind of metal shielding. I don't need that, but there's no good way to remove that, so we'll see if that will do. Well, the wire has 4, the cable has 4 internal wires, so this would work. But I'm a little worried that this entire cable is a bit thick. And I'm not sure how to pull it through here. I'm not sure if I need to solder this on and do some shrinking. Okay, this was really messy, but I'm not worried. I just need them to stick together a little bit. Okay, let's see if this can be pulled through. Ooh, it seems to work. Perhaps. Okay, this seems to work. I think. Okay. Bye-bye cable. Okay, and this wire passed through the head piece, and I'll see if it's possible to pull this through this little path there, and then through this path, and finally through this little middle hole. I'm thinking I need to expand this hole a bit, but we'll see. This is for the left ear. I assume this won't matter. I think. So I'm thinking I will use these peeled off cables through the headphone hinges, or whatever they're called. I can't get the whole cable with isolation through these tiny channels here, but I think I can get these wired, routed through correctly. But these are hard to twist, and I don't want these to be exposed, so I'm going to try my smallest possible shrink wrap or shrink tube, and see if I can get this around here. Just test it out if this works. No, this is not gonna work. I can't have shrink wrap on it. So forget about that. Well, this doesn't look really good, but I can't have an isolation on this since it's too thick. It won't go through here. The only other option I have is to find a smaller, thinner cable, but I don't have that. I'll see if I can just fix this with this. know this is way too long, but I simply can't measure this until I try it out. Then I'll do the other side more nice. So this is a bit overkill as a start, but I'll just go along and see how this works. I forgot this. Okay, not the best looking. This could be a bit more into but I don't think I could, yeah, since the wire is too thick and I can't get this really under the wire. So this is probably the best I can do. I'll just use these 2 screws for now in case I need to change anything, since it's only those two that hold the metal thing together. I just tried to put on just a standard shrink tube, but without air blowing it on here. So I might just go with this. I'm not sure. We'll see if this is loose at the moment. Perhaps this is a better option. I could blow it afterwards when I have put on the speaker. I know I need to have some loose wires for this to work. So maybe that's an idea. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, so this is a bit trickier since I need to peel the wire off at about here. So I need to do this more precise. Okay, there goes the shielding. Okay, that probably means I need to remove the shielding from here. Okay, let's just do some testing here. I hope this works. Again, this should have been more inside, but I can't make that happen. I think this is good though. Okay, finally. I had to do this a little bit off camera since I got so frustrated and it took so long time. I needed some extra tools just to put this through and get this together without me being totally crazy. So anyway, this is what it looks. I hope this is correct, and I hope the wire is intact, I will do some testing. And this shrink wire, I'm not sure what to do with this, if it's going to be here or not. I think so, since this right channel, I accidentally removed the inner shielding. Not sure if I need to pull that off too. Perhaps I will do that so it feels the same. But anyway, that's this step. Next step is to get the, well, this is just a test solder. I have to remove these and then mount and solder the left channel module here. And on the left we have the circuit board, and on the right it's the battery. So next step. Okay, time to remove this temporary test and see if I can get this battery in place. The battery on this side should be on the right side. I mean, it's marked with an R and an L. And the controls are on the other side, on the left. So these are on the right. Okay, I'm not sure if I will be able to do this with this shrink wire on, shrink tube. In this state it's not shrinked. I could do that, but then I won't get it off. I'm not sure what will be best here. I shortened these two shrink wires a bit. Sorry I didn't film that, but I measured roughly the maximum and minimum position these can be in, and got the string wire to the appropriate size. And I think if I want to use this, I have to shrink them, so I'm going to do that now. I'm not sure if this will work or if I should just remove them, but I will test. Okay, see if this seems to work a little better. But not perfect. Oh well. Okay, I think to make this work, I need to. I can't have this. I can't have this slide here. That won't work. I need to do as it was originally. Well, that was tied with a knot. The wired, the braided wire was tied with a knot here, so the inside won't move at all. I think I will have to do that with this. Sort of hot glue it, and hopefully this can bend. So here I'm just soldering on the battery again, but this time with the correct wires, the correct and new wires. And here I'm using my flux pen just to put some flux that helps soldering on difficult. It helps melting the solder and also helps it get stick better. These were pretty tricky to solder since everything is so small, and especially on the battery I don't want to heat the battery up too much since it's pretty sensitive. And as usual, everything looks pretty awful in this magnification. And here I missed the actual recording of soldering to the speaker, but at least I have the results here. Okay, so now the right speaker and right battery is soldered. It's a little bit. I am going to be a little bit careful here, since I don't want this cable to be messed up. I will put some hot glue here on the battery soldering points and also on the speakers, just to make sure these cables stay in place. I'm a little bit worried when the user of this pulls this out and the cable will extend or retract. So I'm going to glue this also, this point here. So that point, and on these speakers. Okay, I think that will keep them in place. That was stupid. I'll just let these dry a minute or two. These screws are... I need a round bit for this. Okay, I think this is good. Doesn't look awesome, but I don't know, maybe it works for a while. Nice, that's the first one. Okay, and it's the left. Okay, now to start soldering the battery to the PCB. And here I'm just putting some flux on the soldering pads. And then solder on the new 2 wires for the battery. This is actually my thinnest soldering tip. It doesn't look like that here, but with this magnification everything looks huge and it's not good. And here I know the right speaker was was a little bit tricky to get the wire to stick while soldering. That's why the the board and my fingers are in the way here. And that looks horrible. And then soldering on the left speaker wires. There's my lovely hot glue blob. That also looks horrible. I should never have touched it after I glued it on. This is so ugly and at the same time so tricky to hold this in place. And then I just sprayed some isopropyl alcohol and then brushing and cleaning it up. And here the final speaker. Some presses with my flux pen. And then some final cleaning on this speaker. So I think I've soldered everything. The battery is here in this one, and the right speaker. 4 wires go through here. The red and black goes to the plus and minus on the battery, and the white and yellow goes to the right speaker connections here. And then I added the next 2 extra wires for the left speaker, just a short one, and I've soldered everything. So let's hot glue these connections and then put this together. Okay, I'll just let these dry for a couple of minutes so the glue sets, and then I will flip this over, put the wires in a, I don't know, nice twirl or something, and then just put it together. And then let's put this cover and ear, I don't know, softener. Okay. Well, all of the screws are not done yet. I need to correct these two here and two there, but that's just a cosmetic issue. And then put the little plastic metal looking thing on top of it, purely cosmetic. But I'm going to test this now, see if they work. The power button is on the left side. If I hold in this, the middle one, we have battery. Nice. And I'm just now checking on my computer to see if the Bluetooth is connected. And it is. I will put this on and see if I can hear. You can't hear the music, but I will test them, see if it works for me. Okay, so I can confirm they work. These are still connected. I also had to try the it looks like arrow up and arrow down or fast forward, but these are volume controls and they work too. I haven't tested the mic yet, but that's not the real issue with these, but I will do that later. But anyway, I'm happy with this. It actually works. I had to pull this up or almost all the way to the max, so this wire isn't really the best looking. But anyway, I fixed this. Awesome. Well, thank you for watching and bye bye.